What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Career Mode with Wrexham. This is episode number 55, and it has been a hot minute since we last uploaded, that is for sure. But hopefully now we're back with I want to be back with some regular uploads again. You know, I've missed the series, I've missed interacting with you guys and bringing you this series as well, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. So hopefully the consistent uploads are going to be returning. But today we're rounding off season 3 with Wrexham, first season in the Championship after back-to-back promotions, technically back-to-back promotions if you count Wrexham's season when they got out of non-league into League 2, but obviously I wasn't in charge then. And we're looking pretty decent. You know, we're going to finish mid-table. We've known that for quite some time. The form has dipped off because there hasn't been much to play for. But to be honest, after back-to-back promotions, my main goal and my main objective was to avoid relegation, and we have done that quite handsomely. So today you'll see us round off the last two episodes. You'll see us go through all the other leagues and see how the other teams did and how the other leagues finished. And then we'll go through the squad as well and go through your player awards, which we did nominate in the last episode. But before then, we look at the table, see how tight it is with a couple games to go. The title's still to be decided. There's still one place in the relegation zone to be decided as well. Plenty to play for, not for us, unfortunately, or Coventry at all. They have just 5 points behind us, 2 places behind us as well, in that midfield pack that has nothing to play for. But we could finish top half with if we win the last 2 games, or so there is an incentive for us. I would love to finish in the top half in our first season, but our recent form has been pretty poor. We've lost the last 2, but just the last couple of months our form has dipped massively, and we haven't been putting in any sort of consistent runs, which has seen us drop off because we were around the playoff spots earlier in the campaign, but we did fall off massively. But like I said, my main goal, my main mission was to avoid relegation. I know the board's objective was to finish mid-table. You know, they have high expectations, these Wrexham owners. You know, what can I say? Now they've got the reputation, they want the form to carry on as well. But I'm happy with it. You know, the Championship is a very competitive league. It's a very difficult league to stay in. If you're going up and get out of if you're trying to get promoted. So I'm very happy that in our first season we've managed to stay in very safely, and now we can work towards next season. Well, going into the penultimate game of the season, Coventry away, we'd make just one change to the team, Vata in for Lowry, and it would be Vata who had a decent opportunity. Well, I say decent opportunity, actually. It was a half chance on the volley, a good cross from Bennett, and Vata with the volley, it went, hit the roof of the net, went over the keeper. And well, Vata, you know, he's not shy of a spectacular goal. He scored 2 potential goal of the season contenders this season, and yeah, he was looking for a third one there. Unfortunately, it didn't go in, and then Coventry would go on to dominate, going 1-0 up just after 20 minutes in. Shafe with the goal, Bidwell grabbing the assist, and then just about 10 minutes later, they made it 2-0, a mistake from Fotheringham. That's a couple he's made in the last few episodes now. I was pretty sure that Fotheringham would be my number 1 for one more season, but now I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments, do you think we should stick with Wes for one more year? This is probably going to be his last campaign before he retires. I know Nathan Lloyd isn't at the standard yet to be playing. I might look to loan him out next season. But let me know in the comments, who do you think we should stick in goal for the start of next season? Well, at half-time, we'd bring on Lowry for Lee, but he couldn't make a difference. And Tavares would grab his second and Coventry's third goal of the game. Bidwell grabbing his second assist, and he's had an involvement in all 3 goals, 2 assists and then a hockey assist on the second goal. Tavares beating Fotheringham at the near post. Again, I think Wes should have done better with that one. We did make it 3-1. Vata would grab his goal and Bennett would find the assist. A nice volley, so those 2 did link up for a volleyed goal. But that would be that, and it'd be a third defeat on the bounce. Another 3-goal ship for the worst defence in the league as well. 83 goals conceded on the season. And as you can see there, we are now down to 15th, down 1 place. Coventry behind us, and we can only now finish as high as 13th, I believe. So disappointed that we can only finish in the bottom half now. As we look at the bottom of the table, Huddersfield and Rotherham already down. Ipswich, Bolton, Plymouth, Barnsley and Swansea, though, all separated by 2 points going into the final day of the season. And Ipswich play Plymouth, so what a huge game that will be. Winner stays up. 5 teams fighting to avoid 1 relegation spot. Glad we're not in and amongst that. Our recent form definitely would have had us down there, but thankfully our early form in the early parts of the season kept us kept us alive and really steadied the ship for us early doors. As we look higher up in the table now, 1 game to go, Middlesbrough and Norwich are fighting for that final playoff spot. Blackburn, Luton and Southampton already have their positions confirmed. Middlesbrough with a tough game on the final day to play Sheffield United away, and that is because Sheffield United are tied top with Bournemouth, both on 98 points. Both could finish on over 100 points, and with only one of them winning the title. That's going to go down to the final day. Bournemouth hosting Luton, Sheffield United hosting Middlesbrough. The title is going to be a tasty one. As we see here, obviously, in the last episode, Patrick Roberts said he wants to leave, which we were happy with. We rejected a bid from Real Valladolid. Another bid from overseas came in, Anderlecht, but we rejected the bid from the Belgian side. And then Drogheda, the Irish team, coming in for Dexter Nicholson, which we will accept. We'll send him out on loan next season. So into the second and the final game of our third season in charge with Wrexham. We host already relegated Huddersfield. And as we look at the top scorer in the table here, Paul Mullin going for his third consecutive golden boot. And he has got, Latte Laff of Middlesbrough is 2 goals behind, and he has a tough game away at Sheffield United, and Mullin's not actually going to start as well. So hopefully Mullin can hold on to that golden boot. But going into the final game, there will be plenty of changes. It's a game that holds no weight. We'll finish mid-table. We know that. Huddersfield already know they'll be playing League One football next season. The Terriers winless in their last 5, Wheeler winless in our last 3. And as we have nothing to play for, that gives me the freedom to rotate and give some players game time who are leaving or retiring. So Tom Bradshaw, Cyrus Christie into the team there, both retiring at the end of the season. Ryan Barnett, whose contract's up and we're not going to be renewing it, he is on the bench for the first time this season. And then you have players on the bench such as Ryan Morris, George Evans, Aaron Hayden, Nathan Lloyd, who might play their final game for the club. Who knows what the summer holds. James Milner captains the side, and the now 40-year-old still going strong. He hasn't announced his retirement as well, so it looks like he is going to go another season. Well, into the game we go in 10 minutes in. Tom Bradshaw looking to see off his career with a goal on the final day. That would be a really fitting note, but unfortunately the keeper saves this one. The in-swing corner comes in and is cleared away. Bradshaw tries his luck from the edge of the box, but it is blocked. And then Cyrus Christie slides in. Quite a rash tackle that from Christie. Both players who were retiring after this game looking to make an impact in different ways, I guess. Christie receiving a yellow card. And then Bradshaw looks to turn provider as he finds Elliot Lee, who has been quiet the last few months. His starting position might be under threat. I know he's a club legend, but not too sure about whether he'll be starting in that cam spot next season. As we see, 38 minutes on the clock, a big goal in many different ways. Middlesbrough take the lead at Sheffield United. That's huge for the title race, as Sheffield United know they have to match Bournemouth's result. Well, they have to beat Bournemouth's result because of their goal difference. Middlesbrough note that a win will see them seal a playoff spot. So that's huge for them. And then Latte left with a goal. That means he's now 1 behind Paul Mullin in the race for the Golden Boot. And PM10 currently isn't on the pitch. So that might be something we have to change at halftime. We might have to bring on Paul Mullin if we see Latte Laff grab another goal. Big props to Latte Laff, by the way. He has done bits this season and scored plenty of goals in less games than Mullin as well. As we see, Bournemouth have taken a 1-0 lead. And it's looking like the title is going to be heading down to the south coast. Now, hour on the clock. And the 2 retiring players, Tom Bradshaw and Cyrus Christie, are subbed off. I wish the game would add an animation where the crowd acknowledges when a player is retiring and playing their last game. I know it'd be quite difficult if it's a transfer, but the game acknowledges when a player is retiring. So I wish they would do some sort of standing ovation, or the player takes a slower walk off and gives a round of applause to the stadium. That would just be a really nice touch. But unfortunately, we don't have that in the game. Ryan Barnett comes on for his last appearance in a Wrexham shirt. He's been here since the beginning with us, but he'll be leaving at the end of the season. Paul Mullin on as well to see if he can grab a goal and seal that golden boot. And then we also bring on Hayden, Evans and Morris, who could potentially be playing their last game as well. The thing is, I'm not saying this like I know their fate. The truth is, I don't know what the summer's going to hold. Bids might come in that I might have to accept. They might ask to leave because they're not getting game time. In my eyes, these players could potentially be leaving. Well, the game would finish 0-0, and it would be a boring, classless game, to be honest. Huddersfield did hit the bar, and we had a couple half chances, but it really showed this game was a reflection of the last 3 or 4 months of our season. Dull, lifeless, aimless and with no, it didn't look like it was going anywhere really. But on the flip side, we've stayed up, and that was the goal for this season, right? To stay in the championship and build on it next year. I didn't agree with the fact that the fans were booing at full time. Maybe they had high expectations and they want us to get promoted for the fourth year in a row. I'm not too sure, but I think it's been a good season. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? 46 games in, we've wrapped up a season. We've finished 15th, 58 points, 16 wins, 10 draws, 20 defeats. Worst defense, that is for sure. 83 goals conceded is outrageous, and then we definitely need to touch on that. But I'm happy that we've stayed up, and I'm really looking forward to the summer, bringing in some new players, getting rid of some players, and trying to push for a promotion hopefully next year. Well, the big questions: who got relegated, who got promoted? As you see, Cardiff finished above us, so Cardiff were the best Welsh team in the league this season. That's annoying. So they finished one place above us, Swansea in 19th, and it was Ipswich that went down. They lost that huge game against Plymouth 2-0. So Bolton, Barnsley, Swansea and Plymouth all survive on the final day. Ipswich unfortunately joined Huddersfield and Rotherham in going down. Well, Tractor Boys fans will be happy that Ipswich's fate in this game isn't reflective in real life. Fair play to Ipswich. Back-to-back promotions. They are going to be playing in the Premier League next season. Cannot wait to see that. And then Middlesbrough secured a big victory away at Sheffield United. They secured the fourth and final playoff spot, pipping Norwich to that position. They'll face Southampton in the playoff semi-finals. And then Bournemouth, well, it didn't matter because Sheffield United lost anyway, but they reach 101 points. What an achievement for the Cherries. 101 points on the board is crazy. 98 goals scored, just 7 defeats, 31 victories. They will be heading up to the Premier League in style. They beat Luton on the final day. And in terms of the stats, Mullin did grab the golden boot. Latte Laff's goal on the final day wasn't enough. He did it. He scored 1 less goal, but in 6 less games. So that's a pretty impressive record for him. But for Mullin, it's 3 golden boots in 3 different seasons in 3 different leagues. What a man he is. Where would we be without PM10? The assist award goes to Traore from Bournemouth. He grabbed 15 this season. Sessegnon for Bournemouth as well grabbed 11. Jo Hyung-woo for Sheffield United grabbed 17 clean sheets. To beat Omlin of Bournemouth, he got 16. That 0-0 draw on the final day for us was only Wes Fotheringham's 8th clean sheet of the season. Definitely something that we need to look at in the summer, improving our defence, improving potentially the goalkeeper as well. Get your transfer suggestions in now. And then a really realistic bid came in, and I was really happy with this one. Watford, who finished 8th this season in the Championship, coming in for Patrick Roberts. I like it. He'll stay in England. He'll stay in the Championship, which I think is his level, despite him being awful for us this season. Patrick Roberts, we managed to wrangle another 100,000 out of the deal, so he'll be going for just under 2.25 million. As we see here, Patrick Roberts heading off. He came to us last season, was brilliant for us in League One and in our push for promotion in League One, but offered nothing this campaign, and I was very happy for him to move on and get some money for him. As we see the board's objectives, a 77 manager overall rating. I think we deserve higher than that personally. We've achieved the 2 main objectives that they wanted us to do, which was finish mid-table. We got 10 wins this season. The other main objective for them is one that lasts 2 seasons, so we can complete it next season anyway. But we got 18 wins actually. They want us to get 10. Finish mid-table, yeah, we did that. Yeah, we bowed out the FA Cup early, which was frustrating, but we even completed their financial objectives as well. So I feel like a 77 rating is harsh, but hey, look, what am I going to do? Ryan and Rob have high expectations clearly, and hopefully next season we'll be pushing for promotion. Well, a couple of the youngsters have their loan moves confirmed. They'll be heading out in the summer. Hopefully some of those players will have really good seasons and fly up the ratings. As Arthur Bishop, another player from the youth academy, we actually give him a senior contract and then add him to the loan list as well. His potential maximum has gone down, but still at 66 rated. I feel like he could provide something for the club in the future. So we're going to send him out on loan next year and then see what he can do for us the following campaign. Well, going through the squad, it is that time now. Wes Fotheringham down 3 ratings to 72, the 35-year-old. Will he be our number 1 next season? Let me know what you think in the comments. Nathan Lloyd, still only 18. I was thinking of selling him, but the fact that he's still so young, What I want to do is loan him out next season. Hopefully he gets a big boost in ratings, then comes back and becomes our number one for the following year. Rory Baker up a rating at Burton. Scott Jones up a rating as well. Lloyd Thomas will be joining Exeter when the window's open. So we've got plenty of youth goalkeeper options, but we need someone now. We need one of them to grow massively. Jacob Mendy growing again 2 ratings. Despite his rating, I just love Mendy. I think he's absolutely fantastic. And he's just such a threat going forward as well. Only 8 assists this season. It did die down a little bit, but yeah, maybe that's something that we need to look at doing as well. Luke Chambers, I think, is the long-term replacement for Mendy. Do we go with Luke Chambers to start off next season? Maybe next season's the time for change. Matty Folds' contract runs out at the end of next season, where he's up for sale as well. Luke Chambers up 2 ratings to 70, showing great potential. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think Chambers should be starting next season ahead of Mendy? Dominic Howarth up 1 rating. We'll look to loan him out. Aaron Hayden, the club captain at the moment, but I think that will change next year. Should we sell Hayden? He's only got 12 months left on his contract. We maybe just see it out with the club. He is a bit of a club legend as well. So, perhaps if a bid comes in, maybe I'll accept it, but I won't put him up for transfer. Josh Earl up 1 rating, but our centre-backs had a rough time of it this year. 7 clean sheets in 45 games. He was our best centre-back, and I'm not even sold on him, to be honest. Alex Hartridge played 9 games this year. He wasn't great at all. His contract's actually expiring at the end of next season, so we're going to add him to the transfer list. Look to try and get some money for him. Will Fish, our highest rated centre-back in the club, but again, not someone I'm sold on at all. I think our defensive look, especially the centre-backs, are going to need a big reshape. Dexter Riley up 4 ratings this season on loan at Bristol City, up to 66 now. Could he potentially be someone that we keep in the club, keep involved? I'm not too sure. I might have to loan him out again, the 19-year-old, maybe for 1 more season, and then he can come through. Curtis Griffith up 4 ratings at Grimsby. We'll look to loan him out again next season. We've got a lot of youth players on the books now, but none of them really are up to scratch to break into the first team yet. Samuel Mason up 7 ratings this season. He'll be joining Bristol City when the transfer window opens. We've got a good relationship with Bristol City, actually. A few of our players there. Dexter Riley there this season. They'll have Samuel Mason next season. Arthur Bishop we just promoted, and he'll be heading out on loan next season, hopefully, as will Ryan Richards. Cyrus Christie, a great servant of the club. This was his 2nd year with the team, 33 years old, retiring at the end of the campaign. As soon as he came in, he was our starting right back, and he was fantastic for us. So, yeah, thank you, Cyrus, for all that you did for the club. Alan Green joining Cheltenham when the window opens. Andrew McAllister up 6 ratings to 59 on loan at Sutton. Mason Guest was someone that we brought in from the free agency market this season. Might look to loan out the 19-year-old. Dexter Nicholson will be going out on loan. Ryan Barnett will be released from his contract. Hopefully, he can get a deal with someone, perhaps in the lower leagues of England. George Evans. I love George Evans. He's a club legend, and he's always pretty decent when he comes on. But again, is it time to maybe look to offload players like Evans, like Hayden? Let me know in the comments, what do you think we should do with players like Evans? 68 rated now, 31 years old, into the last year of his contract. Koulibaly up 1 rating to 73. I really like Koulibaly. He's been a great replacement for Evans, and will definitely be giving the Mali international another contract. In fact, a load of players are out of contract next season, so we're going to have to be whining and dining a lot of them as we negotiate some deals. Dexter Heath up 14 ratings after we changed him from a striker to a CDM. 62 rated overall now. We'll look to loan him out, and hopefully he'll have another bumper year. Jesse Smart, another player on loan at Sutton. He's up 3 ratings, while Lloyd Humphries struggled in Belgium, only up the 1 rating, the 18-year-old. He had a lot of potential as well, Lloyd Humphries. We'll have to look to loan him out next year. James Milner, now 40 years old, going strong, 72 rated. 1 goal, 2 assists since coming in January. It looks like he's got 1 more year on the books. Absolutely love that from the machine. Alfie Devine, this kid is an absolute star. First season with Wrexham, up 4 ratings after we signed him from Lille. 9 goals, 9 assists in all competitions, playing a deeper role. He is a star. Him alongside Koulibaly is the midfield on lock for a long time. Can't wait to see what Divine can produce in the coming years. Elliot Lee, another club legend who maybe struggled a bit this year, especially towards the back end of the season. 6 goals, 7 assists. Not bad numbers, but contract running out in 12 months' time. The 31-year-old, he's another player who we're going to have to have a decision made on him. I feel like he'll probably stay in the club, but just maybe won't start in that cam spot next season. Someone that might be challenging for that spot is Alex Lowry, another new signing who came in. 11 goals, 5 assists. Decent season for the Scottish player. He's up to 72 rated. Aidan Harrison up a couple of ratings. Patrick Armstrong had a really fruitful loan spell at Peterborough, up 9 ratings to 67. That is really, really good to see. Potentially someone that we keep in and amongst the squad next season. Dare Healy up 4 ratings to 62 on loan at Barnsley. Patrick Roberts, as we know, will be heading to Vicarage Road when the window opens. I'm glad we're getting some money from him. Jewison Bennett, this guy is special. Up 1 rating to 76 now. I feel like he might be one that we're going to have to try and fend off the bids for, because if a top half Premier League club come in for him, we might have to listen to it. As much as I don't want to, for realism's sake, we might have to. And 4 goals, 9 assists in 31 games isn't the best, but just his impact on the game is fantastic. This kid is a star, 21 years old. And on the other wing as well, Rocco Vata up 4 ratings as well. We picked him up off the free agency market. 10 goals, 2 assists, plus a goal of the season from the bicycle kick away at Middlesbrough. This kid is special as well, and he's been a great pickup. I think if we can keep Bennett and Vata on our wings, we'll be laughing next year. Matthew Miller, 2 years out on loan in America. We'll probably be selling him when he comes back. Ryan Morris is another one who his contract is running out in 12 months' time. We might look to sell him on. Not much of an impact this year. Did well in the lower leagues in League 1 and League 2, but I think he might be out of his depth now. Elliot Cox is a player for the future. We're going to look to load him out. Tom Bradshaw only made 9 appearances this season, didn't score a goal, but he's retiring anyway. Glad we could give him some game time on the final day. Paul Mullin, I mean, what a man. I've run out of superlatives for this guy. Up 2 ratings again this year, 27 goals, another golden boot. In his terms, that's a quiet season, 27 goals, but he's been fantastic. Where would we be without his goals? Connor Mills, someone we'll look to loan out again. Tom Williams, decent loan spell at Norwich, only up 2 ratings. He might be our backup striker next season, although I would like him to go up some ratings. So potentially might have to loan him out once again, because I don't want him just sitting on the bench. Now, it is time for the player awards. I asked you in the last episode to comment down below who you thought was the player of the season, young player of the season, and your signing of the season. And no shock that your player of the season was Paul Mullin. Dude at Smiles said Paul Mullin. Garen agreed as well. It's just, when you win a golden boot, it's hard to look over that player. So yeah, Paul Mullin had an incredible impact on the team once again this year, grabbing a golden boot, 27 goals. He has been fantastic all year round. Young player of the season, you guys voted for Alfie Devine, which again, I can't argue with that fact. Alfie Devine was absolutely fantastic all year round. Still a youngster coming in from the French league, obviously coming from the Tottenham roots, went out to Lille. Now we brought him back to England, and yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. Such a good impact statistically, considering he was playing a deeper role as well. A real player for the future. And to be honest, I wouldn't have been against Alfie Devine winning player of the season as well. I think Mullin was very, very good and obviously won a golden boot, but I think there were spells when we didn't notice him as much. I feel like Alfie Devine, considering he's new in the league, considering he's young, I think he was fantastic all year round. And if you guys had voted Alfie Devine player of the season, I don't think I would have argued it. So, but he picks up young player of the season. Love that for him. Can't wait to see what he's going to provide in the coming years. I feel like with players like him and Vata and Bennett, we're going to have to get promoted in the next couple of years. Otherwise, big teams are going to come poaching after these players. And if we continue to be a mid-table championship team, it's going to be hard to fend them off. So hopefully in the next couple of years, we can get promoted. And then your signing of the summer was Alex Lowry. Picked the Scottish player up on a free, up 2 ratings to 72. 11 goals, 5 assists. I think we noticed him the most when Bennett was out injured and Lowry filled in for him out on that left wing. He was fantastic, including grabbing a hat-trick at Blackburn. A great hat-trick as well, by the way. This kid could potentially take Elliot Lee's starting spot in Cam next season. Let me know in the comments what you think we should do in regards to that. Do you think Lowry should start in Cam? Do you think Elliot Lee should still be starting there? Let me know. Again, though, in terms of signing of the summer, I wouldn't have been against Alfie Devine being signed in the summer. I know potentially it's boring for a player to collect all 3 awards, but if you said to me, look, Junior, I think Devine deserves Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, and Signing of the Year, I don't think I could have questioned it, because he's just fantastic, and he's actually technically the only player we did buy with money. Everyone else we picked off the free agency market. But thank you so much for getting your comments in. I really do appreciate it, and I love that we're now getting you guys involved with the awards, and we're having more awards than just the game has with Player of the Season. So yeah, thank you so much for participating, and of course we're going to do this every season now. So make sure you're keeping an eye out throughout the entirety of next season. Make some notes what players you think are noteworthy players of the season, signings of the season, young player of the season. But yeah, congratulations to Paul Mullin, Alfie Devine, and Alex Lowry. So, of course, the loan bids start coming in for Arthur Bishop instantly, and Middlesbrough, who are competing in the Championship playoffs right now, coming for the classic, loan to buy offer. We counter with just a straight up 1-year loan deal. So hopefully they will accept it, which they do. So Arthur Bishop will be heading to Teesside next season, potentially playing Premier League football, actually, which is crazy. Alex Hartridge comes to us and says, look, boss, I'm happy you've put me up for a transfer, which so are we. Hopefully we can get a good deal for you. And Paul Mullin said that the team were a bit worried about where the club's going. I think that's so unrealistic. I think we've had a really good few years with the club, and I think this summer's going to be a big one for us. As we now it is time to round up the leagues. As you've seen there, we finished 15th in our first season in the Championship, and Middlesbrough beat Blackburn 1-0 in the playoff final. I don't think I showed it, but Latte Lath grabbed a couple of goals in the playoffs as well. So that guy just, he can't stop scoring goals, and Middlesbrough will be in the Premier League next season. Arthur Bishop will be playing Premier League football next season. Chelsea beat Southampton in the FA Cup final, so the Saints made it to Wembley in the FA Cup after beating Villa in a 4-3 thriller in the semi-finals. Chelsea beat Everton 3-2 to set up the final, and Chelsea take the 1-0 win over Southampton. Southampton, so much potential this year. Could have had a cup win, could have been promoted, had neither in the end. In the Carabao Cup, Man United beat Tottenham 2-0 after Tottenham beat their London rivals Arsenal in the semis. Man United overturned Newcastle, and it is Eric Ten Hag's men who claim the trophy. The UEFA Super Cup, which was played at the start of the season, was won by Real Madrid, the Champions League winners, who beat the Europa League winners Wolfsburg, and Real Madrid retain their title. Just give the trophy to them every year. My word. Real Madrid claim another title. That is what, their 15th or 16th now. Wolfsburg, who won the Europa League last year, made the Champions League semi, so fair play to the German side. Liverpool beat Monaco in the other semi, but it is Real Madrid who beat Liverpool in the final. And shout out Real Madrid, who won the Champions League in real life. Yet another trophy added to their cabinet, and Jude Bellingham grabbing a league and European double in his inaugural season with Real Madrid. What a star that guy is. Well, PSG would grab that elusive European trophy that their owners have been hunting for years. Unfortunately, it's the Europa League title. I wonder if they'll be happy with that. Probably not. They overturn RB Leipzig in the final 3-1 to claim that crown. In the Europa Conference League, always interested to see who wins this one, and it is Roma who beat Man United. So Man United could have had a cup and a European double, but Roma beat Man United 6-5 on penalties after the teams drew 1-1 with each other. Man United overturning Nice in a high-scoring semi-final. They both were high-scoring semi-finals, actually, as Roma overturned AZ Alkmaar in the other one. And then it is the World Cup going on this year. So obviously in real life, the Euros are about to start, which look out for the channel because there will be some Euros content coming. But in the game, the World Cup is kicking off, and we'll check in at the start of next season how this tournament has gone. Ireland won their group 3 games, 2 wins, 1 draw. They will be going into the knockout stages. Love that for them. England just about make it through. Norway 100% in their group, whilst England 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat. Northern Ireland also in that group. They finished 3rd. USA, Scotland France and Wales, with 1 game to go, are separated by 3 points. What a tasty final day that's going to be. Any one of those 4 teams can go through. 2 of them will go through, and then in the other group still to be decided, Romania, Argentina, Denmark, and Netherlands all separated by 3 points as well. So we'll keep an eye on the World Cup groups as we enter the new season, our 4th campaign. Well, that'll be it for today's episode, guys. Episode 56. We are back with the realistic crew mode of Wrexham. I'm so excited to be bringing you this series more regularly, hopefully. And as you can see there, the board are pretty happy with how I'm doing, and they look forward to working with me next season. It will be the 4th year we've been in charge with Wrexham. It's going to be a big summer. Make sure you get those transfer suggestions in now. Big summer coming up, and then hopefully a push for promotion as we look to go towards the promised land of the Premier League. Well, that'll be it for today's episode, guys. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Sub to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in episode 56 and season 4 very soon.